Tex, what you have for the people left?
So let's talk about slang or terms we use every day that we didn't know had, let's say, racial background or origin.
Police.
Have y'all heard about this?
Uh-uh.
I know, right? That's
Like
like the third glass right there. Huh?
Don't watch my glass.
About the third glass I see over there.
For real, you have to work tomorrow. Yeah.
I do.
You about to put a gun on and go arrest people?
No, this is my sleep medicine. Don't worry about me. But
All right.
you mean terms like crackers?
No, well, yeah, that's actually one. But you know that you know that. But this is something I never thought about, like master bedrooms. Until somebody said it, I was like, "Are you serious?"
Right.
Like, that derived from master's bedroom. Let's say master's bedroom. Like
Master.
I just thought it was the
Master
big bedroom. Like, yeah. I mean,
listen, y'all doing too much now. It's just a master bedroom. That's it.
I know, but it's yeah. What else we got here? The Masters golf tournament.
Oh well, I mean,
hey, never thought about it, did you though?
I did. I think about it every time I see golf.
All right, let's talk about the peanut gallery.
Where that come from?
Peanut gallery?
Yeah, I don't understand that.
So let me read here. The phrase typically refers to the cheapest seats in the theater, and it's informally used to describe critics and hecklers.
Mm-hmm.
But those are the seats that back then we could afford if we were to.
So where the peanut thing come in? That one don't add up to me.
That one, yeah.
I mean, I've heard people say things like eeny, meeny, miny, mo. I guess probably have some racial background. I don't know. I mean, because our world has been, dominated by white supremacy for so long, it's probably all kinds of things that we just take for granted.
Definitely.
So can we not say brown rice, white bread? I mean, what's really going on?
Of course you can. I mean, we're talking about just the origin of the. I'm not saying that these are. All right. So I heard somebody post. I think it was John Legend, who posted. The real problem. Realtors won't show homes to certain people because they're black, right? And then fake problem. We're going to rename the master bedroom the primary bedroom. So they're in this era with a lot, in the aftermath of the George Floyd situation, and we're just kind of reevaluating a lot. Everybody's trying to do something. We're gonna, take Aunt Jemima, because that as an obvious, racist foundation. But they're doing all these things which don't actually address the root problem. What we want is the root problem is for police, again, you people, to stop killing unarmed black. That's the problem. The rest of this stuff is window dressing.
Yeah, basically like taking down the statues instead of addressing systematic racism.
Exactly.
I mean, same thing.
Yeah.
Let me go through some more terms. Uppity. It's an epithet used by white people in the Jim Crow era to describe black people believed who weren't showing them enough reverence.
Yeah.
Okay.
Uppity Negroes.
Yeah.
What's the word?
Blackball.
What's the word?
Uppity. Uppity.
Uppity.
Oh, uppity.
Uppity. Yeah.
Yeah.
We can already. These are pretty obvious. Blackballed.
Yeah.
Black marked. Sold down the river. Do I even have to go into that one?
Sold down the river. Wow.
Yep. In the 1800s, black slaves were literally sold down the river. So.
Wow.
and that's a term we use, selling out for what
all the time. Yeah.
Not using that, but these are things I never thought of.
Yeah.
And there's a lot more, but it was just something to bring to the light to some of these terms. But yeah.
I think what's interesting too, who's behind this though? Like, who's the person that masterminded masterminded the master
There
bedroom
you
and
go.
the Aunt Jemima stuff. Like, who is this person?
Well, I don't think it's a person per se, but I
Yeah.
think it was just a sign of the times. Okay, it was an error. The master bedroom, the master got the biggest bedroom, so they just called it the master bedroom. I don't think it was a plot, you know.
Yeah.
No. I'm not speaking on like who created the word for or the term. I'm saying who is crying out and saying, this is, we need to change these things. Who's the person behind this movement of change?
I don't think it's really a person that's behind it. I think what has happened is in the aftermath of the George Floyd thing, everybody is feeling like I need to do something. What with my position, with my platform, I need to do something. So in the case of like, Aunt Jemima, that product has been out there for 100 years. And then you kind of reevaluate things and say, okay, well, we don't want the social media mob coming after us. So now let's get out in front of this and say we're going to rename this brand. And so again, these are symbolic things. And as Dwayne said, I mean, because a sign of the times when they were created, we were so dehumanized and thrown to the side, that it was easy it was just matter of fact conversational to say these things. And let's dress up a black lady, and she's the maid for the house and the cook. So let's just put a brand or it'll be funny, right? And then it just many things started, and have just perpetuated throughout time where we don't even recognize it. To the point where you walk in the store and you see Aunt Jemima on a bottle, and like, oh, that's Aunt Jemima, and keep on moving without even thinking about the impacts. But I think again, these aren't things that are going to that are going to make a difference in the problem we're trying to solve. But I think everybody's trying to do their little part to say, hey, I'm conscious, I'm aware, I'm doing this to try and better society when it comes to race relations. I
get it. I get it. Sorry, not to cut you off. I get it, but at some point, it's like it's overkill. Like the white senators that had on the kente cloth. It's like, okay, y'all doing too much. We don't need you to pump the fist. We don't need you to talk in slang. We don't need that. That's not what we're asking for.
Yes, but all right. I am sure. I don't know this for a fact, but I hope that it was the idea of one of those black representatives who said, for this occasion, we're going to wear kente cloth. Yes, it looked crazy as hell. And there are memes for days with Nancy Pelosi and all these people with the kente cloth. Yes, that ain't the issue. That's not what we're trying to deal with. We're not saying we need more kente cloth in Congress. But, hey, people trying to do their part. I'll say this. It's better than people doing nothing. It may be insignificant, like removing the Confederate flag. It's a symbol, right? Now, does removing that aspect of the Confederate flag from Mississippi, the Mississippi state flag, is that going to change race relations in Mississippi? Of course it's not. But it's a symbol, and so you're making a statement when we're going to change this flag. You know what? This is unacceptable. We should have done it 50 years ago, but now it's unacceptable. So I guess it's better than people doing nothing, but we have to keep our eye focused. Make the main thing the main thing. We're still
to me, it's pacifying. And to me, our people are so used to just taking that bone and saying, okay, this is good enough. I'm satisfied with this. If y'all are mad and y'all are angry and y'all want the right things to be done, stop taking the pacifier, period.
Right. So what I'll say is, it is important to keep the focus. It's not a bad thing that they're knocking on these Confederate statues and removing the Confederate flag from. Yes, these are positive steps as long as we keep the ball moving forward. Right, so we know what we're going for. We keep our goal front and center, and don't lose focus of that. don't say, oh well, Aunt Jemima, they changed that brand, so I guess we're good now. No, just keep focus. But these things are ultimately a benefit to society. It's more representative of what we should aspire to be. You know what I mean? But just keep your eye focused on the main thing. All right?
Well, at the end of the day, I'm just glad Netflix has more black movies. Power to them people.
At the end of the day, I'm glad. Anyway, we're having another dialogue with the police. And so the more of that we can have, and the more we can get her liquored up, make her late for work, then the less brutality tomorrow.
Really? You promised.
Oh, okay.
You promised.
Sorry. I had to get the in one. Jeez.
She